Well done.
Okay.
Right, everybody settled then?
Yes.
I'll do the intro thing later on,
Okay. Nice
right.
blue hair there, Rich.
I just woke up too, so I'm enjoying
nice.
California.
Yeah,
Nice.
tell.
What are you
You've
doing
got the colour hair my husband wants.
Nice.
He wants
Vacation,
that
guy.
colour.
Oh, that's right. You're on your vacation. I forgot about that.
What a slacker. As if you can get back to work. Even.
As if I don't work enough, right?
That's it. Yes, that's the style my husband wants as well.
A mullet? Yeah, check it out.
Yeah. Well, I'll show him this video because that's the style he wants.
You've got a bouquet of flowers growing back there, Rich.
Hey, a very colorful one.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
He's so tired. He's so tired. He's not firing all cylinders yet.
It's been fun out here, yeah. I'm trying to wake up still, so.
Oh, y'all won pretty good out in Vegas. What was that? Like, I saw the video. Y'all winning like some voucher for like $400 or something.
Nice.
Well, yeah, you saw us win, but you didn't see us lose, so.
There you go.
No comments after that.
What's the guitar? Ibanez.
Yes, ma'am. I modded it out to where it's just one pickup, so figured if I could.
I use RGs as well.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Good choice.
Well, I see the Black Star amp back there, the little bitty. I see the baby orange.
Yeah. Marshall.
Oh, the little Marshall MS2.
Yeah, but it's mostly digital these days. Everything goes to the PC, but
Oh yeah.
Right.
keep them for posterity.
That Terminator happens.
Hang on.
I didn't even click on
Let me
anything.
see.
Oh,
It's my
nice.
baby.
Oh, there you go. Ooh, she's a beaut.
Yeah,
big
she
hog.
plays like a dream.
Is that a 550?
It looks like it.
It is. Well, what is?
Wow. That's
Not just
nice.
a hat rack, my friend.
Me and Carlos, we own a store here in Prosper, and we're dealers for Ibanez, so we go through all their extensive lines and all that.
I've got some amazing models. The new Pia, I just think is stunning. Anyway, should we get on with it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so first of all, tell us about Born and Raised. I mean, when did you guys get together?
They suck. They owe us money.
We started back in 2008 as a jam band, and kind of worked our way through the Denton, which was kind of a small town, and collected members as we went, and played downtown Dallas. We moved kind of our hometown to downtown Dallas, which is a really pretty large area. The DFW Metroplex is massive. And, you know, kind of changed members from time to time. And, I mean, now we got Rich with his blue hair. And, you know, Fox has been a new acquisition in the last 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. Fox is going to be here, but he had to work. And then James was actually in a band with Fox called Pulse. And so when our bassist moved to San Antonio, James was kind of looking for a gig. And so we picked him up and jammed with him. And so picked him up as bassist.
All that to say, John and I are the only two original founding members and we now have a solid, good singer,
Yeah.
and a solid drummer, and a solid bass player. So now it's all
So,
a
so
better
gelling.
situation.
12 years.
I resent that, Los. I resent that.
Sometimes it takes a while to find the right formula.
Yeah. But
Um,
we're pretty happy with the music direction we're going in, and we're working on new material. And whenever Rich can get in town and practice with us, he's on the road most times.
that must be difficult at the moment with COVID, lockdown, and all the rest of the craziness that's going on.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
starting to open back up a little bit now, so we'll see how everything kind of eases back into some semblance of normalcy.
Had you
But,
got
I
any?
mean-
Sorry, you carry on.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say. In the meantime, it's a good time to everyone go back to the woodshed, practice, and write your songs too. So
Yeah, a lot of song ideas in the works. So that's exciting, getting to play those and getting everybody caught up.
Well, at least you're seeing the positive aspect of it.
Absolutely. We're
Had
seeing.
you got any live shows planned at the time when all this kicked off?
Beg your pardon?
Had you got any live shows sort of set up when the lockdown happened?
We did. We had one live. Yeah, we had.
April 3rd, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that just kind of the venue just kind of stopped communicating. I think it was just.
which one was that?
Where was that?
Fort
Rick?
Worth. That was Fort Worth. The Ridgely. No, is it Ridgely?
Yeah, no.
Ridgely Room. No,
Ridge-
no, Ridgely.
Oh,
Room.
that was Ridgely Room.
Yeah.
Oh, that was gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they just kind of fell off. I think everybody just really kind of locked down, didn't really communicate much. But we had to cancel that gig, and so things are starting to pick back up. We're starting to book some more, and so that's good. We played one show last weekend?
Yep. Last Friday.
Yeah, so that was surprisingly good, although it's kind of weird playing at a venue where everybody has to stand 6 feet apart, and the bartenders, don't want you to come up and order a drink. They want to come to your table, and everybody has masks on, and it's just an interesting atmosphere.
Everywhere looks
Yeah.
like the bus station from Total Recall. It's ridiculous.
It's 2
I think
weeks.
it will be some time before
2 weeks.
live
2
music
weeks.
gets back to normal.
Yeah. Well,
So,
normal. What does normal look like?
I don't know. It's a live gig. I've never seen normal.
Normal looks like Rich's hair in the morning.
Yeah, all right.
All right, then back to the normal, crazy, drunken lunacy that goes on.
Oh yes.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh, I've missed it as well.
Oh man.
So you've done 3 albums so far, haven't you?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
The latest one I noticed is called Intermezzo.
Yes, ma'am. It's kind of a the meaning behind the album is just kind of, since we've had so many ex-members working on the album, it's kind of an in-between into our new, transitioning into our new current lineup. So we had, Dane was on drums, who was our original drummer. He moved out to Los Angeles. He was on a good amount of the tracks for that album. Vinay, our old bassist who moved to San Antonio, was on that album. The bassist that filled in for him after that, Brooks, was on the album. And Fox was on the album for a couple songs. So it's just kind of like,
As you can imagine, it is a logistic nightmare. And the fact that this even came out at all is nothing short of a miracle.
yeah.
And it only took a global pandemic to finally get it out. So there's no rhyme or reason to it at all. The funny thing is,
Sometimes things just happen for the best.
yeah,
True.
funny thing is, before the album came out, it was in 2018. I was visiting my sister who lived in the Netherlands at the time, and we went to Belgium. And I remember I saw a restaurant called Intermezzo, and I was like, "Hey, it's following me halfway
Is
across
that
the world."
is that when you got back off the plane and still beat me to band practice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You travel from across, around the world and still reach your band practice that day.
left from Schiphol Airport to Heathrow, Heathrow to Houston, Houston to Dallas, and still made it to band practice on time. A little out of my mind because I hadn't slept, but
Yeah.
That's
Jet
not
lag.
right. Tourist on time. That's not
I
right.
know it's a rarity. We've been getting really much better at it. Trying to.
So I guess it was mostly recorded digitally then if you've got all these different band members,
Oh.
adding their bits and pieces.
well, all the drums were recorded traditionally, full kit. Some of the tracks, actually, most of the tracks were all mic'd up amps,
Yeah.
except towards the end. Well, no, actually, all of them were. The only one that isn't a mic'd up amp on the guitar is on Let's Jam. My lead, me and John actually re-recorded here in his house
Yeah.
because I got one of those 11 rack systems, and I just got it for the fun of like recording stuff on the side outside of Born and Raised, but it's actually a really nice unit. So I was like, why not? I'll just use that.
Well, any chance of you guys ever coming to the UK?
Oh,
We would love to.
I just told John. When he was setting this up. I'm like, yeah, the only reason I'm doing this interview is because I just want to lobby to get us over to the UK. I want to play there. I have a special place in my heart for the UK because I've been there a few times. I did a bike ride across Northern England once, and I was like, yes, this place rules. So I want to go.
You would do well here, I have to say.
Yeah.
The kind of southern rock and that kind of real rock and roll, if you know what I mean. He's doing really well out here at the moment.
That's good. That's good to hear. We would very much like to come over that way and play our music.
What's the best cities to
Mingle
go
with
to
people.
for that kind of stuff?
Great cities are Birmingham. I'm going to say Wolverhampton because that's where I come from.
There you go.
Manchester's great. There's some
yeah.
really good live venues in Manchester. London has some good venues, but the logistics of actually
Yeah.
doing anything in London. But there are certainly plenty of venues, and we would certainly love to see you out here.
Absolutely. No, that would be a dream come true for us.
Well, if there's anything ROX can do, sharing stuff and pushing venues to get you booked in maybe some sort of mini tour
Yeah.
with some other bands.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. If we could somehow get over there and line up a tour, that would be great. It's all the again, logistics and money.
Had a hankering for some decent steak pie, so.
Oh yeah, some bangers and mash.
You're making me hungry now.
Yeah.
So what's the kind of rock music scene like in your hometown then, Texas? I mean, point.
Well, people are.
I'll let John go first, and then I'll speak my piece.
Since Dallas, really kind of over in Arlington, in between Fort Worth and Dallas, was hometown to the Pantera guys, and everybody in the metal community has respect for Pantera. They're still being played on the radio. They're still being emulated, covered. A lot of guys are still kind of copying that image. buying the Dean MLs, the the Randall heads, and all that goodness. And I mean, we love Pantera. That's one of our influences. But
I didn't get them tattooed on me for health.
yeah. So you see a lot of that kind of music still. A lot of hardcore. Not as much, but you see some guys trying to follow the Drowning Pool guys. Those guys are still running around. We kind of see them from time to time. Although the music scene here in Dallas is kind of in a weird transition because the downtown arts district is just kind of being gentrified, and so all the music venues and stuff are getting pushed out to the outer cities. So, but there's a lot of talks about music venues on the north side getting coming up or moving into the area. So it's really hard to say, especially after all this is done, what's going to be left, what's going to be opening. Gas Monkey Live, which was like a 3,500 seat venue, just closed down, and so yeah, it's just kind of crazy. So we're waiting to see what happens. Really,
So
still some venues though.
yeah, it's just how well, metal always survives anyway. I mean, it goes underground for a while and then surfaces as something new.
It does, but there was this interesting period of time that right before the whole pandemic hit, for about a year, and Rich, John, correct me if I'm wrong, tribute bands
Oh yes.
were taking over like crazy.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with
They
that.
still are.
Well,
Yeah.
let me,
They still are.
hold
I
on
just
a
came
second.
from Vegas, so
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. If I would love to sit and just jam some Iron Maiden or Priest or
Pantera.
Extreme or Pantera tunes, but it got to a point where that was all that was getting booked. So a lot of the local bands, original local bands, were getting kind of pushed aside and not getting the prime gigs and stuff. So that was when it was getting kind of annoying, and I'm like, we need to unionize, but nothing. Then it just kind of died down. People got kind of tired of it. But now that everyone right now the big thing is streaming concerts. So bands will stream in front of no one at a venue, and now I was like, oh god, they're taking back over. All the tribute bands are coming back. I'm like, no. So hopefully everything will open up back normal soon, so regular bands can get back out there and play. So
It has been very similar over here in the UK. And most venues book something safe,
Yeah.
yet another David Bowie album, tribute band, yet another, Iron Maiden tribute band. But it's lacking in originality.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's fun to see something familiar.
Yeah.
Yes, you can sit there and you can sing with all the songs, but at the end of the day, it's like I could just go home and listen to the CD and not spend or when you could go out to the shows and stuff. I'm like, hey, let's spend $9 on a beer to watch something completely copied and pasted. So I don't know.
And of course, they haven't actually put any work in. I mean, I know they've had to learn the songs, but they haven't written the songs. They haven't,
Sure.
I saw a tribute band play, and I'm not going to say who it was, just in case they see this, and I don't want to, before they played, they said, hey, before we start, we're going to play some of our original music. And I was like, yeah, good for you. And then they started playing, and it sounded exactly like the band they were being a tribute to. So I'm sitting there, boo! I was like, what is this? Like, come on. And it'd be one thing if it was some kind of virtuosic element to it. You never see an Yngwie tribute band.
No.
That would be hilarious. And I know there's a lot of players out there that could do it.
Yeah.
But let's see. I want to see a Mr. Big tribute band. I want to see a gnarly bass player, guitar player take on those parts, and then in that band everyone sang. So to be something like that, that takes a lot more effort to do. I'm sorry, what was the original question?
No, that's a great answer. So if you could turn back time and when you was a young new band, what would you say to yourselves now? Sense. What advice would you give to a new band starting up? I mean, should they go down the cover band route to get bums on seats, or?
Well, I mean, we've done cover shows, but it was like we're just going to cover like
A lot of
3 hours
material.
worth of material, so we could play 1 hour sets, and it's not going to be any one band.
Yeah.
And that was just so we could just jam songs that we liked and make some money,
So that we could
so
fund
we
stuff
could
in
go
our
like get a new album made or new merch.
recording costs.
Not something we would do regularly, because we like playing our own music and stuff. But advice to a band starting out, something like, yeah, if you want to do that, it's a great way to make money. I mean, Rich, that was you did that for a long time, right?
Cover band stuff.
Well, I did that after original stuff, so.
Yeah.
Well, so I went to Vegas to make money specifically doing that. So
Yeah. Rich sang in Vegas for how many years? Huh?
2.5 years.
Yeah, you were like
That's the Ford administration.
you were in one of like the house bands for one of the casinos, right?
We had a few residencies out there, yeah, but we played all over the city.
Look at this Rockefeller.
Yeah.
We had a few residencies. He's still waking up. He was not amused by that.
It's okay.
You'll get there.
He hits me when I'm alone with him.
You know what I would tell younger bands is, like, and it's weird because the music scene isn't what it was, a while ago, but you have to network. I mean, a lot of it is going out to shows and supporting other local bands, of course, but just networking and getting to know, especially some of the bigger bands that are in the music scene. And you get rock starred, I mean, constantly. I mean, it's always going to happen, but you meet a lot of really cool people. Some of the most genuine people are musicians, and
Some of the most genuine and some of the fakest.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
But I mean, we still talk to musicians that we met in the music scene or played gigs with for forever, and they're always a really good resource to have. Just not only as a good friend, but
we call them brother bands.
There you go.
So whenever we're going to do like a little Texas run, we're like, all right, well, let's get Born in Blood and 5 Million, and we'll just go to 3 or 4 cities where we all know some connection there, and then we just have a good time.
yeah. So
I know.
networking is huge.
Especially these days with social media and YouTube and all the
Yeah.
rest of it.
Yeah.
I guess it's important to embrace all that now if you're a young band and an established band even.
Sure. And it's way more important to be on top of like your social media. And I'm not a huge fan of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter personally, but it's so important as a
He's stuck
fan.
in 1993.
Oh yeah, I'm old school. I'm analog. He's digital, but it's an important thing, especially when you're trying to be in front of a lot of people and having that access to so many listeners. Not just on the radio, but everywhere else.
No, go on.
Oh no! Oh,
I'm listening.
I'm done.
Listen, guys, I think he wants to go back to bed. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I'm
up.
just going to say, everybody, check out Intermezzo. Is it going to be out on physical copies or is it just going to be digital?
We are working on getting physical copies made.
Right.
Since we were kind of testing the waters to see, just because physical copies are really good to have, but most of the time people buy the digital copies, or at least that's the trends that we're seeing. People buy it at live shows for just kind of like a souvenir. But
And to anyone in the UK who wants a physical copy, I will personally mail it myself.
yeah,
I mean,
mail it overseas.
Oh, you're going to get one. Don't worry.
okay. So, everybody, check out Intermezzo by Born and Raised. I've heard it. It rocks. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys. It's been great talking to you.
Great talking to you too. Thank you, Terry.
Best of luck for the future.
Appreciate you, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you in the UK soon, hopefully.
Yes, ma'am.
We're
Thank
coming.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.